Good day. How is everyone today? Is that me making a long statement? Okay, yes. Today is Tuesday. Good Tuesday, Maria. Thank you. It is 2/20, February 20th, 2024. I have to say I'm a little head foggy today. It's like I'm a glutton for punishment for detoxing, but whenever I think I'm clean, I start something different and it starts to whack me again. But I feel good at the same time as feeling not good, or I feel better, if you can follow that. So I can feel things that were achy and stuff in me for a long time that are starting to feel a little better, which is kind of surprising. So we're going to kind of do this one short. I'm a little, like I said, I'm a little sluggish today. And thank you, Andrew, for your donation. Appreciate it. Boy, it's cold this morning, and I know he feels it too, because I'm pretty sure they're in a cold spot. It's 12 degrees Fahrenheit here this morning, right now. So I broke down and I turned on the oil heater. I'm like you, Maria, trying to save where I can. Anyway, I'm not 20 years old anymore. All right, so let's get started. Continue. Again, the reading is going to be a little bit shorter because it kind of extended into a long one, so I decided to make it short, which you'll probably appreciate today. All right, let's get started with morning prayers. In nomine Dei, Matronum Nostri, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. And speaking of contemplation, just to let you know, when you do contemplation, it's okay if you fall asleep, because sometimes you just get in that relaxed state, or you attempt to, and it just happens. It's okay. We have to be not to be too hard on ourselves, as is what happened to me last night. So let us place ourselves in the presence of God, and in Catholic contemplation humbly adore the Trinitarian Theophany. Most holy and venerable Trinity, one God in three divine beings, I believe that thou art here present. I venerate thee with the deepest humility. I render to thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to thee. And just a little update, the puppies and Mama moved back upstairs because my son is feeling better and we shouldn't have any interruptions. I apologize for that yesterday. That was torture. O God, relying on thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain the pardon of my sins, the help of thy grace, and life everlasting, through the merits of Deum Matronum Nostri et Deum Iesum Christum. O God, I love thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of thee, and I forgive all who have injured me, and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Just a quick note that came to my mind, that I was talking about feeling blah today, and it's kind of like the spiritual life as well. On your journey, um, you have to do these detox things, if you will, and the toxic part of our spiritual life are sins, and we have to suffer the effects of those. So, in order to get that goodness at the end, or even before the end, if you're so lucky, or so persevering, that's the point, is suffering and then the reward. And it's the same with detoxing your body. You're going to feel crappy, to be honest with you, while you're detoxing, but then the reward is how much better you feel afterwards, if you persevere. Otherwise, you just feel crappy for no good reason. Let us thank God for the many graces that we receive and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to the Trinitarian Theophany. O God, I most humbly thank Thee for all the favors Thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to Thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in Thy service. I consecrate to Thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, O God, that there may be none that is not animated by Thy love, or that would not tend to Thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good. Let us beg of God the graces which are necessary to us. O God, Thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of Thy grace. Deny me not Thy grace, O God, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which Thou forbiddest, to practice the good which Thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please Thee to send me. O God, Our Lady, O Holy Mother of God, I place myself under Thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of Thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O my God, I am heartily sorry for having offended Thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell, but most of all because I have offended Thee, my God, who art good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of Thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. The solitude of the soul with the bridegroom. In this stanza, St. John of the Cross shows clearly that the spiritual marriage, the soulful marriage, is a mystical state, and that perfect love is not obtained in the ascetical way, but that it is God who produces it in the soul in the mystical way. In this stanza, the bridegroom declares not only that he guides the soul, but that he is its only guide, without any intermediate help, unquote. Alone hath the beloved guided her. That is, the beloved not only guides the soul in its solitude, but that God alone, who works in it directly and immediately, it is of the nature of the soul's union with God in the soulful marriage that God works directly and communicates God's self immediately, not by the ministry of saints or by the help of natural capacities. For the exterior and interior senses, all created things, and even the soul itself, contribute very little toward the reception of those great supernatural favors which God bestows in this state. Yea, rather, inasmuch as they do not fall within the cognizance of natural efforts, ability, and application, God affects them alone. The reason is that God finds the soul alone in its solitude, and therefore will not give it another companion, nor will God entrust God's work to any other than God's self. There is a certain fitness in this, for the soul, having abandoned all things and passed through all the ordinary means, rising above them unto God. God's self, the Trinitarian Theophany, becomes the guide and the way to the Trinitarian Theophany. The soul in solitude, detached from all things, having now ascended above all things, nothing now can profit or help it to ascend higher except the Trinitarian Theophany, which is the bridegroom. In this stanza, St. John admirably distinguishes between the ascetical and the mystical ways. To the ascetical way belongs the preparation of the soul for the divine operation by denuding it of all that is created. To the mystical, consummate perfection which God produces in the soul. Okay, so that's the difference between the two, ascetical and mystical. Of course, we're shooting for the mystical after the ascetical. Mystical is consummate perfection, that which God produces. Okay, and like I said, we're going to keep it short. Tomorrow is going to be perfect unity and equality of love. Let me mark that so I don't forget, as I want to do. Welcome any new subscribers, and do all that share and like stuff. And let me know how you like the new thumbnail. I stole it from Mr. Nobody. I don't think he'll mind. Deum vobiscum, et quoque te, oremus. O God, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, grant to the souls of thy servants and handmaids the remission of all their sins, that they may obtain by loving prayers the forgiveness which they have always desired, who livest and reignest with thee, one God, forever and ever. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, hanc immaculatum hostiam, quam ego indignius famulus tuus afferri tibi Deum eum vivum et verum, pro in nome debilibus peccatis et offensionibus et negligentis meis, et pro omnibus circumstantibus, sed pro omnibus fidelibus, cata locorum vivis arque defunctis ut mihi, et illis proficietat salutem. Deum qui commande substantii dignitatum medibiditu condedisi et medibidus reformas tu da nobis peruhus accorrefidum stium, eis divinitatis esse consortes qui militatis nostrae, fieri notis es partaceps, Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Oferimus tibi Deum calicem salutaris tuum depacantis clementiam, ut conspectu divini majestatis tuae, pro nostra totius mundus salute, cum adore suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu humilitatis et in anima contritus suscipiam rate Deum Iesum Christum, et sic fiat sacrificium nostrum in conspectu tuo hodie, ut placeat tibi Deum matronam nostrae Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Bene sanctificator, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctificat oblata prosequendo et recepere hoc sacrificium tuo sancto nomini preparatum. Suscipe Sancta Trinitas, hanc oblationem contivia ferimus, a memoriam passiones, resurrectiones et ascensiones Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Deum matronum nostri et Papa Petrus Sanctorum et Istorum et Omnium Sanctorum, ut illis proficiat ad honorem nobis autem ad salutem, et illi pro nobis intercedere, dilinter in celis, quorum amorem agimus in te Spiritum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate ut mem ac vestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat per Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipiat Deum Iesum Christum sacrificium de manibus tuis, et laudem et gloriam nomini sui ad utilitatem quoque nostrum totiusque ecclesiae sui sanctae. Deum vobiscum, quoque apate, sursum corda habemus a Deum. Gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. Dei et ut clementes me mater et pater, Deum matron nostre, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per Deum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum, Deum nostre, super Jesu, rogamus ac petimus, ut eccetet esse benedict et sanctificas, hic sanctum sacrificium illibate. In primis quae tibi ferimus pro ecclesiam Tuam Sanctam, Catholicam, quam pacificaricus udiri, adonare et regere, digneris toto orbi terrarum atque Catholicae. Memento Deum famulorum famulumque Tuorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We especially pray for Mr. Nobody, Katie Gage, Robert Charles Dasco, Irene Jonas, Neil and Earl Lively, Maria Josephina Mose, Henry, Barbara, Benedict, and Robert Santacroce, Mark Jr., Casey, Mr. Ann Boltink, the Cantu and Duarte families, John Cahill, Jenalina Lorian family, Maria and the Limewimber family, the Dasco, Nye, Tafour, Began, and Wolf families, Alex Tafour, Matt Began, and Baby Began. We pray for Mr. Nobody to receive the funding and strength needed to complete the First Sede Vacantis Catholic Council Office in Monastery of Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child sexual abuse, or ritual abuse of any kind, anywhere, place, or time. We pray for the establishment of the Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, and medium of exchange. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society. We ask gay, quote-unquote, gay marriage to be banned, a reversal of feminist ideology, and a return to godly femininity. We ask that women cease working for Freemasons and corporations everywhere for all time, that men make that a simple choice. We ask that women come to understand that raising traditional Catholic families is a very high ideal and a necessity for sustaining a Catholic society, and that men protect these families from outside immorality. We ask that all pornography and the OnlyFans platform be stopped immediately and forever. We ask Deum Matronum Nostra et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum to destroy the Church of Rome that has lost its authority and is run by Jews and Freemasons. We also ask that you wake up Catholics that still follow the authority of the Vatican and to restore the lost faith of Vatican II Catholics. We pray for Father Warren and Father Finch, that they can come to see the beauty in the Trinitarian Theophany as we understand it. All these things we ask in accordance with God's holy and divine will. Et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fides cognita est et nota devotio, pro quibus tibi efferimus, verque tibi offerunt hoc sacrificium laudis, pro se suisque omnibus, pro redemptione animarum suarum prospe salutis et gulamitatis suae. Tibi credunt vota sua aeterno Deum vivo et vero. Communicantes et momentum venerantes in primis gloriose semper Deum Matronam Nostrae, et de Deum Iesum Christum, et de Beatorum Martyrium Torum Papa Sancto Petri, et Sancti Lucia, et Sancti Jacinti, et Sancti Francisco et Sancti Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum cor meritis praetibusque concedas, ut in omnibus protectiones tuae munium ad exilio, per innum Christum Deum nostrum. Quam oblationo de Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibus, consecratum acceptabilumque fecedi dineris ut nobis corpum, et sanguinem fiat didictissimi filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum, qui pridie quam pateretur recepet panem in sancta sacramentablis manus suas, et elevatis oculis in caelum ate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum suum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens, consecravit, frege dedique lumis sui dicens, accipite et mandocate ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simile modo postquam ceremonia est accipiens et hunc preclarum calicem in sancta sacramentablis manus suas, item tibi gratias agens, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, consecrave dedique luminis sui dicens, accipite et bibite ex eo omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei, mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis affundetur in remissione peccatorum, equot est cum faceritis me mono faceritis. Unde et memores Deum nos servituis et plebs tua sancta justum Christum filium tuum Deum nostre, tam beate passiones nec non, et ab in fedes resurrectionis sedet in celos gloriosa ascensionis afferimus preclare maestati tui tuis donis actatis, supra quae popetso axare novutur respicieri digneris. Supplices te ragamos, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, ibi hic preferibus manus tuum, ut quod, executoris participationis sacrosanctum Deum Filium Tuum, corpus et sanguinem senimus, omne benedictione celeste et gratia Dei per amor, per innum Christum Deum nostre. We pray for those who have died. We especially pray for Francis Stelter, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsis Deum et omnibum in Christum crescentibum, locum refugere lucis et pacis, ut nota gesta proclamor per innum Christum Deum nostrum, per quem hic omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivificas, sanctificas et prestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est ibi Deum Matronum omnipotente in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Dea, Matronam Nostrae, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum. Dea Matronam Nostrae, Materam Deum Iesum Christum, misericordia nobis, peccatoribus nunc et hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos, quae sumus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, ab omnibus malis, praeteritis presentibus et futuris, et intercedente beata et gloriosa semper Deum Matronam Nostrae. Cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis da propitius pacem in diebus nostris. Ut ope misericordiae Tue aduiti et peccato, simus semper liberi et omnipotente patione securi. Per innum Deum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum Deum nostrum, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum, et quoque a te. Ecum extio consecratio corporis et sanguinis Deum Iesum Christum fiat recipientibus nobis in ad salutem aeternam. Pax tecum, quoque ergo te. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum matronam nostrae, corporante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem tuum unum vivificasti, libera me per hoc sacro sanctum corpus et sanguinum tuum ab omnibus iniquitatibus meis, et universis malis, et fac me tui semper inharare mandatis, et a te numquam separare permittas, qui cum eodem Deum matronam nostrae, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum vivis et regnam aeternam. Perceptio corporis tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego in linus sumere presumo, non mihi proveniet eruditionem connotationem, sed pro tua pietate, prosit mihi et tutumente mentis corporis, et adem et delam percipiendam qui vivis et reinas, cum Deum matronam nostrae in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Panem celestum accipiem, et nomen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Deum matronam nostrum non sunt dignus, ut intercedete meis in tantum verba sabbaturnum mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sunt dignus, ut intercedete meis in tantum verba sabbaturnum mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sunt dignus, ut intercedete meis in tantum verba sabbaturnum mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quid retribum Deum Iesum Christum pro omnibus queritud mihi, calicem saetaris accipiem et nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo. Laudans invocabo Deum matronam nostrae et ab inimicis meis salvus ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima meam. Cordore sanctimus Deum Iesum Christum pienemente capiamis et immune et tempore fit nobis remedium sempiternam. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum, quod sanguis quam pato have herevis ulus meis e presta, ut in me non remeniat caelo la macula, quem pura ac sancta reficeverat sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, quoque apote. Oremus. May the prayer of thy suppliants profit the souls of thy servants and handmaids. We beseech thee, O God, that thou mayest free them from all sins and make them sharers in thy redemption, who livest and reignest with thee, one God, forever and ever. Deum vobiscum, quoque apote. Itimis est, Deum gratia. Gratia tibi, Sancta Trinitam, obsequium, servitutis mea presta ut sacrificium coroculis tui majestatis in unus auctoribus et tratatare mique et omnibus, pro quibus irut obtulis siti miserante propitiable, per Christum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum, Matronam, et Filium, et Spiritum Sanctum, Deum Matronam nostre et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, gratias. O God, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most holy Trinitarian Theophany, I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of God Jesus Christ, present here in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which he himself is offended. And through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart and immaculate heart of God, Our Lady, who was, is, and ever shall be, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Deum Matronam nostre, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, gratias. Good afternoon, Peter. How are you? Hello, CJ. Oh, and Jeannie, I thought you weren't going to be here. Checking in. All right, thank you very much. I hope you all have a great day. I'm feeling better already, as I have said Mass. That's wonderful. And as Jeannie said, I'm going to drink a lot of water. So please go and sanctify all those who you meet, and stay out of the world and contemplate. All right, see you tomorrow, same time.